Take two.
Hi there, Jason.
Yeah.
Welcome to Bible/Chat. We're talking about local church stuff.
We are.
And last time we talked about how it's imperative that a Christian be part of a local church. Yep. It's the predominant understanding of the New Testament. We talked about how that's true from Hebrews specifically.
Yes.
Hebrews 10, 24 and 25. Yes. You quoted that verse.
Membership.
Hebrews 10, Hebrews 13, 17.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership.
Yeah.
So that we're known
Yep.
by the leaders, and then also that we know the leaders and we know others. And so the service of the church, all of that.
Yeah.
Excellent conversation.
Yeah.
We ended at the end talking about people who maybe aren't able to go to church for various reasons. Are they in disobedience to that? It says in Hebrews 10, 24 and 25, do not forsake the assembling of yourselves together. Are they disobeying by not attending church?
That's a great question, especially with this last year. No, I mean, I think people with the nutshell, quick answer is people with legitimate, hamstrings in their life, legitimate issues because of illness or something like that. Yeah. Or they, for some physical reason particularly, they can't go. Yeah. Or, not just the type of person, but in extraordinary circumstances, like early on during the pandemic where we had no idea what was going to happen, where, what this disease was really, we didn't know anything. Yeah. So we took precautions, right?
Totally.
And we didn't meet for a while. Yeah. So I would say either in extraordinary circumstances, the Puritans have a lot of writings about this, about during plague times. Yeah. They would say, hey, we probably stay home.
Yeah, don't come out.
Don't come out and spread the plague or have the possibility of doing that. Yeah. Or extraordinary people in the sense that they can't, like shut-ins. Yeah. People who are not able to get out of bed, are sick. We would say those two categories, because they are extraordinary, you're not violating Hebrews 10, 24, 25. Yeah. It's more of the people who can go, but are, using excuses or just don't want to for a variety of reasons. So that's the answer.
So the forsaking there isn't necessarily attendance per se.
Yeah.
Like just clocking in your time clock and saying,
that's the wider issue there. Yeah. Yeah. Because just going is not really being part of a church. Yeah. Lots of people just go.
Yeah. So you can assemble physically, but not actually be present. Or your heart could be present and say, hey, I wish I could be there, but I'm a shut-in. I know it's COVID, whatever.
Exactly.
Can't do it.
Yeah, like you just had surgery, or you are really sick. Again, people who are in nursing homes who cannot get out of bed or shouldn't or whatever.
For sure.
Right? So no, the assembling together is tied to let us consider how to stimulate one another to love and good deeds, along with everything else in 19 to 25. Yeah. And sinning willfully in 26. I mean, it's all tied together. So when we say assemble, we're not just saying attend church and you've done your duty, check that box. Yeah. But attend church because you love God, you love people, and you are using your gifts to serve, and to give is more blessed than to receive, and you're caring for people, loving them, both physically, spiritually, all of that, and in that way, you're assembling. Yeah, and that's true church. Yeah. You're really being a member or participant in the body, as opposed to, I'm a member of the body, but you're acting more like some, amputated limb or something like that, know? And that's...
Someone who's far out or disconnected in some sense. Yeah.
So that's just like being on a membership roster. Yeah. But you're not actually functional.
Yeah. So it's more heart than body.
As with everything, I think. That's the thing I think probably people have heard in a lot of our sessions is just every single command or principle or good practice, it's all heart-based. Yeah. Driven by the heart. That's the motive has to be right. Otherwise, anybody can do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Some guy who's a good guy who knows theology and professes faith could just show up to church, but then maybe in his heart he actually doesn't have true faith. He's not born again. Well, then the attendance means literally nothing. Yeah. It's actually worse in some ways that he goes.
For him. Yeah.
It'd be better for him not to go and just be out and open about the fact that he doesn't truly know Christ.
Yeah, his lack of true faith.
Not that we would want that, but
right. But that's really the
starkly.
Yeah, it's much better for him. Yeah. Okay, so then there's an implication there. So what about a guy who's got a job, let's say, who is forced to work Sundays
on a regular basis?
On a regular basis, maybe for a short time, maybe for an extended period of time. Someone who's in a position where, where working on Sundays is mandatory for their survival in that job. What
law enforcement officials, emergency medical personnel, frontline responders.
Yeah. And others too. I mean, like
football
database
players.
managers. Football players.
That's really tricky because we don't want to be legalistic and heavy-handed and say, no, you can't play in the NFL.
And be a Christian.
Because you can go to church other times.
Yeah.
And, it's just what, just it's hard to have a rule for everything, right? We're not like that. We don't want to be like that. I would say if you can help it, don't do that.
Avoid those jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you have extraordinary NFL skill, NBA skill. I think God gives people like that. And who am I to say, And
like, it's not a ton of weeks, right? I mean, if you're,
No, unless you're winning all the time. Unless you're Tom Brady. Tom Brady. No, anyway, sorry. If you're a pro athlete, then you're gone a lot. You're at all sorts of competitions and events and all sorts of other things that you have to do for sponsors, whatever.
Yeah.
There's jobs like that, or just nurses or police officers who have to work. Sometimes, like, we know police officers who've had to work consecutive weekends for a season.
Yeah.
That's all understandable. It's like the person who goes to med school. We're not going to be like, how come you weren't at Bible study and this and this? And that? We understand that for that season, you're going through that to get to the end.
Gotcha.
Like, why would we levy some sort of like
legal obligation? Where
does the Bible say that? So I would say, on the one hand, that those are semi-extraordinary, extraordinary circumstances. People, short season, or it's a person who has unique talents, gifts, abilities to shine the light in an area that 99% of the population couldn't.
Totally, yeah.
But on the other hand, generally speaking, if you're not an NFL athlete or a neurosurgeon. And most of you aren't. Let's just be honest. We love you guys.
What are you?
I'm neither either. I tried to be in the NFL, but
neither either.
My body got in the way of that. No, but I mean, you agree, right?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I would say to that person, if you have two jobs and you can choose one or the other, but one takes you to take Sundays out, I would say that you got to think long and hard about that and really commit that to prayer and consider why you would want to take that over that.
Yeah, over the other job. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's a great answer. I think that's the best answer. Yeah. I mean, to say like you must be in church every Sunday or you're sinning is problematic on all sorts of levels, right? Yeah. And then to say, hey, there are circumstances, people, that where you just are. You're in a position where you're serving. You can even be serving the Lord in those situations. A fireman,
that's true.
A fireman,
soldier,
soldiers, all sorts of things where you could honestly be serving the Lord, doing what's right, and not be able to attend church for a season. Right. So I think as long as it's short term, and I think it goes back to that heart thing you were saying before about forsaking, right? Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if that person's heart is like, man, I really want to be in church. Anytime I'm able to, I'm going to be in church. I'm going to be consistently in church. I want to be shepherded. I'm going to be in contact with my leaders and elders.
Yeah, even from afar.
That's a person whose heart is connected and is just saying like, because of the circumstance, I'm unable to be there present physically on certain weekends, but
I'm going to do whatever else it takes.
Everything else I can, I'm going to do to make sure I'm there.
And people do that, like even athletes or actors or whatever, or I mean, I've heard people, like, they will go on Zoom or do FaceTime with their leaders or mentor or pastor or whatever, or a church accountability group or something, just so that they can stay plugged in and cared for. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. So it's possible. And again, always back to the desire of the heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good. Well, good. So that's super helpful. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hope that's helpful for you. We'll see you next time.